So you know that guy who turns up at your local jam with his box of harps? He's got the chops, he might have the technique. He can overblow, he might be tongue blocking, even have some chromatic licks going on. But something about when he plays, it doesn't move you, it doesn't really do that much for you. And then you see a pro band and their harp player commands the stage. They might blend in a lot of the time, but then when it's their turn to solo, they burn. And you know when you see that kind of player, it's a visceral feeling in the stomach and it makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up. I think the difference between these two players is something we call musicality. So I want to talk about the conventional wisdom, why it doesn't always work for me, and what we can do about it. But first, here's the theme song. So the common advice I always hear is play for the song, listen to the great players, try and play more musically. And while none of that's bad advice, it doesn't really equate to anything practical. So in this video, I want to give you my three-way approach to musicality. Do stick around till the end because I've got a special tip. I was at a jam recently and a lady got up to sing, a country singer, very strong voice, and she sang this song. It was clearly a narrative song with a story. It's like the first verse in a country song is often like the first act of a play. And I'm not one of these harp players that says you can never play over the singer or you can only play in the space. A lot of it depends on dynamics and how you play. But on this particular night, the harp player played all over the vocal in a way that just showed he clearly wasn't listening to any part of the vocal and any of the vibe of the song. So it was almost just this unresponsiveness to what's going on. And I think that's such a big part of musicality. Check out this song from Eric Bibb, Grant Dermody on harp.
I am the cowboy, branding my steers.
And we've got this guitar riff, and the harp part is so minimal, he's just doing this nice warm chord. But then when it's time to solo, you get this amazing phrased solo, and then he goes back to playing the chord, and that's it for the rest of the song. Now, this might have been a choice they made in the studio, I'm not sure, but I suspect from hearing interviews with Grant Dermody and listening to the way he plays on other songs, this was probably intentional to play that minimally, just to really support the song and support the vibe, the lyrics, the story. So two pieces of practical advice. Next time you play at a jam or you play a gig, try laying off for at least half the song. Maybe it's going to feel strange, but think about that impact it's going to have later. The other thing is to not play for the whole song and just come in right at the end, like the last chorus or the outro. The other thing we can try is to just put on a backing track, any old backing track in G, and I want to come up with a really minimal chord part. Every other bar. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So minimal it feels sparse. You can make it pop a little bit with the hands. It's all about the space. Have some periods where you don't play. Little riffs and pops. I'm dying to put some longer riffs in, but I'm just laying off. I want to play minimally. And then when it's your time to solo, if you're enjoying this video, please give me a like and hit the thumbs up. That helps a lot. Thanks very much. So imagine the scene. You're at a dinner party. There's a guy there. You've only just met him. He won't stop talking. He just keeps rambling on and on. You might have a nice lady sat next to you. She's telling you about her holiday in Indonesia last year. You really want to hear the story, but you can't because this guy just keeps butting in, talking over everyone, completely in his own world, not listening to what anyone else is saying, just talking. Can you relate to this musically? So this is really about being intentional when you play. And there's a word musicians use, you might have heard this, we call it noodling. quick Google search, AI describes noodling. Noodling in music refers to improvising in a casual, often aimless manner, playing notes without a specific structure or intent. It can be a way for musicians to explore their instrument and generate ideas, but it may lack the depth or development of more focused improvisation. And this can also be extremely irritating if you're at a jam in between songs or a gig and someone's just like whittling around. They're not checking their levels, but they're just almost like playing to themselves. So I'm going to practice something to make me play intentionally. I'm going to set up a little groove, a 2-bar groove. Let's do. Nice and simple, all holes 1, 2 and 3. Let's try that again. And I'm going to answer that with a lick. And groove. And the test, if that's intentional, can I repeat that? Is it a repeatable riff? You know, near enough. Just like a little blues scale thing. And here the riff's not really important what I'm doing. It's about you coming up with a lick that you know is achievable for you. So it's intentional and you can replicate it. Let's try it again, a little bit faster. Ha. Okay, I can repeat that. And of course you could do this in different positions with different licks. You could do it at different tempos with a click track. Really nice exercise. But what you're really trying to do is replicate those licks. So you're really playing with intentionality. You're not just noodling something that you can't repeat. So on this subject I want to refer back to Grant Dermody again, and he's been asked about improvisation and how he chooses the parts that he plays. And he actually talks about considering the previous song, what he played, and how that influences the overall presentation of that musical event.
It depends. It depends on what the song is and what's just happened and how much harmonica has just been heard. You know, is it the first song of the night? Is it the 5th song of the 2nd set? It depends what's going on.
Now, how many players do you think at a blues jam might be thinking about that? Like, if there's been 3 slow blues already, do they want to play another slow blues? Or the position that they're playing, what's come before or after? And this applies to any musical situation, bearing in mind the audience love variety. So here's the crucial insight. It's not just about these concepts like playing musically and listening to the great players. We need to build an awareness of ourselves, the way we're feeling, and an awareness of style, genre rules, the rules that apply to those different styles and situations. It's only then we can really play intentionally, not just noodling, playing from the heart, but in a way which works with those situations, and then we can really move other people with our playing. So that's the lesson, folks. Thanks very much. If you like this and you want to go way deeper, of course, check out my in-depth lessons, my Hobo lessons, and my courses. Follow the links in the description below. And if you enjoyed this video, why not check out this other one right here.